Hello YouTube, I am back with another pregnancy update, and this is my very last pregnancy update. I am 39 weeks as of today, and 39 weeks exactly, 0 days. But today is induction day. Induction day. I am so full of so many different emotions. I am excited, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I am afraid. And so let's talk about just a couple of those feelings, because I don't have anything to update on. My baby is pretty much done. She's pretty much grown to capacity. She is full term, honey. And this was, well, I was supposed to, let me back it up. I asked my doctor for an elective induction when I was 36 weeks pregnant. The reason being because I was in so much pain and I needed to finish work, obviously for financial reasons. So me and my fiance decided that I would continue working until my 39th week. Either way, whether she agreed with the elective induction or not. So if I made it to 39 weeks, that would be my last week. So Friday, which was September 28th, was my last day at work. So I'm also excited about that, honey, because I am tired and I was just over it, honey. Just walking halls and dealing with children, and there's a lot of stress going on with my job. We've just got a new administration staff, so it's just a lot that I'm glad that I'll be missing out on because I don't need the extra stress while pregnant. So, but anywho, so I was supposed to have an induction done October 2nd was the original date. My due date is October 7th, so not too far off. Just, 39. I was going to be 39 weeks in basically 2 or 3 days on October 2nd. Yeah. So not a huge deal. 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. So not a huge deal. But now, what happened was I went to my 38-week appointment last week, and my doctor happened to be in the hallway. I mean, not in the hallway, I'm sorry. She was up at the receptionist desk, completing a referral, and I saw her there, but she was busy and talking to other people. But the thing is, I didn't know that she saw me. So anywho, yeah, so when I went back to see her, the first thing she said was, "I know that you are in a lot of pain, Miss Crawford." I'm like, I am tear, little tear. She's like, "So before you even came back, I called over to the hospital and I asked them for an earlier date as soon as possible." Now, people are going to be like, "Oh, girl, please, this is just a couple of days." But it's a lot when you're pregnant and you're carrying around so much baby weight. It's a lot. So today is the day, which, duh, 2 more days I would have been induced anyway. But hey, that's a whole 48-hour difference in getting the train rolling. Now, I was in the hospital last Sunday. Me and her dad, due to me having contractions, of course. If you guys watch my other videos, I have been in prodromal labor for some time now. But these were a little intense. Like, they were really not stopping at all. Nothing I did stopped them. In fact, they were on the monitor by the time I arrived to the hospital. They dilated me a centimeter because prior to that, at my doctor's appointment, I was completely closed to her, 0. So obviously they did something because I was a centimeter dilated. They monitored me for an hour, and they said I had not progressed to 2 centimeters or even 1.5 centimeters. So they sent me home. And they instructed me like they instruct all pregnant, anxious women. If the pain comes back and it's stronger, if you lose any fluids down there, any bleeding, any faint dizziness, come back. So needless to say, that never happened because voila, she's still in my belly. So yeah, I cried and got that all out the way. And then I said, well, I'm still getting induced October 2nd, so it doesn't matter. So, anywho, when I heard the news of being induced September 30th, I I accepted happily. So I'm nervous because I have been induced before, and this time I do not want any epidural of any kind. Um, I've had basically natural labor with all three of my kids. They are very, 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 very trying and very, very painful. But I have faith in myself that I can do this. Um, I am going to try different things that I didn't try with any of my other three, which is just something, I forgot the name of it, but my doctor was telling me about some drug that you can take that it really doesn't take the pain away, but it makes you feel kind of drunk and woozy, but you can still feel pain. I might, I don't know. I can't imagine being drunk and in pain, but I will try anything other than an epidural. I do not want one under any circumstances, but I did instruct her to have it as an option just in case. So anyway, I was hoping to have went into labor on my own naturally. Baby girl did not want that. She wasn't ready, but mommy's ready, and now you're 39 weeks, and now you're full term, and now it's time. Now I'm scared because of the pain. I'm scared because I've been experiencing this prodromal labor for so long that these were intense. So I know that my true active labor contractions are going to be pretty intense. So I'm going to rely on the tub, the breathing techniques, the birthing ball, walking. That's another reason why I don't want an epidural, because I want to be up and active, and I don't want to lay there, and I don't want the chances of my labor getting stalled, because I believe that's what pretty much happened with the two I was induced with. Even though the epidurals did wear off, I mean, the medicine was still put into my body. So my first child, I was in labor for about 24 hours. And my second middle child, I was in labor and did not know it. I got to the hospital. Well, actually, that was my regular doctor's appointment. I told this story before, but make it quick. I had been walking around all day, picking up last minute things for the baby, because I had lost my mucus. I did lose my mucus plug the night before, but I didn't know what it was to go into natural labor. So my mom was like, oh, that means it's gonna be time. And I'm like, okay. I didn't feel any pain or anything. So the next morning, like, I was just walking around, eating, shopping. We went to the mall. And then by about 3:30, which was my regular doctor's appointment time, I was getting a little uncomfortable and hot. And I was like, man, I went to the reception. I'm like, man, ma'am, I think I might be in labor. But I thought it was early labor. I was like, I think that it might be the start of it or something, because I just feel weird. And lo and behold, they took me back to a triage room, and they checked me, and I was 7.5 centimeters. By the time I got up to the 5th floor, which is the maternity ward, I was at a 10. So needless to say, that was the quickest labor I had. But anywho, my third, I was induced, was in labor for 25 hours. Got the epidural around 5 centimeters. The epidural lasted in my body for about 5 minutes, and it was going. So I asked the doctor why that happens to me. She says I have she said that medicine metabolizes through my body very fast. And plus, I was already kind of in a lot of pain, I guess, from the Pitocin, that it just knocked it out. I don't know. That was the best way they described it to me. That was 8 years ago, but I still remember that pain was excruciating. So here we are, and I'm ready. Actually, guys, I'm very tired. I've been like having freakouts over. I mean, I know this is so vain and so shallow, but I know that your belly goes down after you have a child, especially after you've gotten okay from the doctor to work out again and you're eating clean. But I just don't remember being pregnant because my daughter's 8. And so I look at my belly all the time and I'm like, are you going to go back down? Because before, I mean, I still had like an apron belly thing going on from my previous kids, but I was able to hide it. And other than that little flab, my stomach was kind of flat. And that was due to exercise and dieting and clean eating. But even before, you know, it was jiggly and mushy from stretch marks and being stretched, but it was still not round and big Santa Claus belly. Like, sorry, Santa Claus, no, I'm celebrate Christmas, but it was just big round belly. So what calmed me down today? What calmed me down today is just looking at triplet mommies and twin mommies and knowing my belly will go back down, because they did wonderful jobs with 2 in them and 3 and sometimes 4 or 5. I cannot imagine, girl, I couldn't imagine, honey, having that many children inside of me at one time. You guys are the real MVPs. We're the MVPs, but you're the MVVP. Put it that way. But anywho, so yeah, I packed my belly bandit, and I packed it's just a Gold's Gym kind of sweatband thingy I use to work out when I'm not pregnant. And I'm just gonna put that over my belly and put my belly bandit on just to hold, you know, my belly in place, because I do have diastasis recti from my previous children. I didn't know what that was until I got pregnant with this little one, and my belly started protruding a little early, and I wanted to know why, because I was eating healthy. I was still, you know, I wasn't able to eat a lot, period, though. I was so nauseous and so just indigestion. And at 9-10 weeks, my belly started like kind of poking out a little bit, and I was like, why is that? So my doctor stuck her fingers in. She was like, you have diastasis recti, just a little separation, like maybe about 2 fingertips. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh. She's like, it's fine, I have it too. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't expect my belly to be flat, obviously, never again unless I have surgery, but I at least want the fat to go away, if that makes sense. But enough about that. So I have approximately, I think, 2 hours until I call to check in to see if they have a bed for me. Hopefully they are. I am not trying to speak any negativity like, oh, what if they don't have a bed? No, they're gonna have a bed and you'll be fine, honey. You know, saying it to myself, like, you'll be fine, honey. At the most, you'll have to go in the morning time, but that'll be fine too. So I've been kind of talking to myself, but I'm pretty confident they'll have space for me. And plus, my doctor like really put it in their heads, like, please let her come this day, you know, because I'm ready for it to be over for my patient. She's a really sweet lady, and yeah. So other than that, I am going to show my last bump. It's bittersweet. I kind of cried a little bit to myself earlier to say goodbye to my bump. I will not miss my bump. I will tell you that. Some women do. I will not miss my bump. I always knew I wanted a 4th baby. I do wish I could have afforded a surrogate, because I wouldn't have had the baby myself. I know pregnancy is not for the faint at heart. And I'm not saying this. I know there are plenty of women who cannot conceive via PCOS or hysterectomies, or there's tons of reasons why. But just like any other thing, I mean, cancer or, you know, diabetes or dementia, or, you know, I can't take on all of that. I'm just one person. So I'm saying that to say I am not ungrateful for this blessing that God has bestowed upon me. But I am older. I was younger when I had my other children, and this has by far been the roughest pregnancy I've had. And I'm really tired. So and I'm blessed. I'm happy. She's very healthy. I've had a drama-free pregnancy, other than me just falling under the weight. I've gained 25 pounds my whole pregnancy. I've kept my weight under control. That was not due to eating healthy. In the beginning it was, because that's all I could tolerate was fruits and veggies and some light things like that. But recently I've been eating because I know it has to stop. I have to eat the most nutritious things I can because I am breastfeeding my child. So I have to eat, and plus I'm not getting the vitamin K shot. So I have to eat plenty of leafy green vegetables and smoothies, healthy smoothies, and, you know, bran cereal with almond milk, things like that. And I'm ready for that. Portion control will be coming back. It doesn't come back right away, ladies. It doesn't. Even if for first time moms, if you're not a first time mom, you know your appetite is still ravenous. Like you're pregnant, it takes a while. You've had these pregnancy hormones for nine and a half months now, so it doesn't just go out the window. You don't just stop wanting tacos just because you delivered your baby 2 days ago. Put it that way. But I'm going to do my best to fight those things, you know. And it's a mind thing, but you know, you'll still have the pregnancy hormones in you, and it takes a little while to go away. So I've been on for 16 minutes now. I didn't mean to go this long. I'm going to show this belly with and without my shirt covering it, and then I will see you guys with my labor and delivery story. So here we go. All right. It's better lighting. Here she is, sticking out without the shirt. Front, I have a burn too, you guys. I was making taco meat without a shirt on, and I touched the skillet. Needless to say, that hurt really bad, but I'm like, oh, it blends in with all my stretch marks. And I don't have any new stretch marks. These are all old. This is just dark, just from, I don't know, my belly button poking out, but all of these stretch marks are really old. So I'm blessed and happy that I didn't get any new stretch marks, and that I kept my weight under control for this pregnancy, because I didn't want a whole lot to have to lose. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Induction day.